My name's Rowan.
Hi, my name is Alyssa.
And this is our podcast.
And apparently there's a lost video in there somewhere of us talking about anal sex.
I don't remember all the things we said, but I know at one point we talked about just getting a thumb up in there.
I wonder where that went.
I don't even know if I have the video of it still.
Well, anyways,
Welcome back.
welcome back. And at some point,
We may talk about anal on the podcast. Well, we already talked about it.
You know what we'll do is we'll just follow in true Taylor Allison Swift fashion. And I'll just do like a random 3 a.m. drop.
Perfect.
From the archives.
Oh, of course. We have archives. Are we famous?
One day I'll find it and you guys will get an archives drop about butt stuff.
Yeah. Another topic we're clearly passionate about. We made a whole video and podcast episode over it, but
And then we lost it during the season of trying to get your ass down the aisle.
we did it. I got married. Yay. I've not tried butt stuff in my marriage yet.
Gosh, that's so funny. I forgot about that. I'm going to be honest. What a blur.
I remember sitting down here. I don't remember. We recorded 2, though. I don't remember what the second one was. Flop, probably. Doesn't matter. We'll have to rack our brain another
What
time.
a blur. I'll have to go through all my stuff.
Yeah.
I'm about to put it all on a hard drive so that I clear up space.
I was thinking that as we're starting this back up, I'll order one so we can just.
I think I have space on mine.
Yeah. I've tried to keep everything, but it's hard because we only have so much space. So we're not working smarter instead of harder, unfortunately, yet. But
We're just girls.
we're just girls. We're getting back into the swing of things.
The first thing we're going to be talking about is the orgasm gap, which anything that we talk about that feels like it could be like a news article title
Why?
is going to be Rowan's idea.
Because I'm passionate about it.
Like, we were on the phone yesterday and she was like, I think we should talk about the Madonna doll complex.
No, it is not the Madonna.
What is it
doll
called?
It's the Madonna horror complex.
And I said, Esty, what is that?
And it's hard to explain because if you don't know it, it's so nuanced.
Don't explain it now because we're going to talk about it at some point.
I'm not, but
But she always comes at me with these weird ass terms that sounds like it could be on like Reader's Digest.
I feel like the orgasm gap is something that's talked around, and I feel like it's an important thing to talk about.
Okay,
I see creators online talking about it sometimes.
I agree completely. I'm not being mean to you right now.
I feel
just
cornered.
saying.
No, I know. I just think it's funny that that's what you came up with. Yeah, it could be a news article title.
Could it not?
I didn't think of it that way. You're not wrong, though.
At 6 p.m. tonight, we will be discussing the orgasm gap. Tune in. Right?
I mean, I would tune in.
I know you would. I probably would too.
You would. Well, even though we're not having that gap, it does affect many women, unfortunately.
Tune in tonight to see how it could be affecting you. Come on.
But hand in hand with the orgasm gap does come Alyssa's favorite topic.
We're also going to be talking about masturbation today.
And why that is important with the orgasm gap.
Yes.
So, not that we have any passions in life besides sex, but it's fine.
We have some others. I like to play video games.
It's true.
Thank you for joining us on today's news report.
You're ridiculous.
This is my co-host, Rowan. Welcome, Rowan.
Oh, it's so great to be here.
Thank you for joining me. Rowan, I brought you on today to discuss an epidemic affecting women of America.
An epidemic. Truly is, honestly. So, okay, one popular mention of it recently.
Can you not ruin the bit
I'm
already?
sorry, I didn't know we were still doing the bit. Sorry, my bad.
Good Lord.
My bad. Continue.
And what is the orgasm gap?
Well, I'm really glad you asked that question.
There you go.
The orgasm gap is the amount of orgasms that men are having compared to women and all of the nuances that go hand in hand with it.
Because we all know men can come.
They can come
Just
and they will
from the
come.
wind blowing.
They can come and they will come.
I wonder what it's like. I wonder what it's like to be a man and just be coming.
Like, you only ever hear, and we're going to experience this one day, about how when boys hit puberty, how just everything is essentially...
I don't want to talk about that.
It is so bad. Because a lot of times moms, as soon as Preston's in puberty, he's doing his own laundry. Son is doing his own laundry.
Do you know that one scene in Bridesmaids?
Yes, I know. You could crack it or whatever she says. I'm terrified.
I think about that one scene in Bridesmaids so often.
And it is true, though, because if you let it sit long enough, it's true.
No. But, like, truly, I wonder what it's like to just, like...
No, you're going to get off.
Yes.
Obviously, I'm going to put this little, like, what do you call it?
A disclaimer.
There's obviously people that struggle with There are men that struggle.
Yes.
Absolutely. For sure. We're not talking about you. This is not about you. So
this is one of those really rare, not all men scenarios.
Absolutely.
We're not
You don't need to be
We're not generalizing here. If this doesn't apply to you, don't get your panties in a twist.
But A majority of men are not taught to care about a woman's pleasure and or orgasm. 2, they don't actually understand what an orgasm is when it comes to women, and they don't ask the questions to figure it out. They're just going with what they know, and I wish I was exaggerating when I say it's a lot of people, but it is a lot of people.
You know that have I ever told you the story of when I found out that women were even meant to have orgasms?
No, I don't think you told me that.
Okay.
How old were you?
I think I was like 17. Sorry, anyone in my family who is listening to this, okay? I had sex with like 2 or 3 people at this point, okay? I had been having sex. And I can't believe I'm about to tell this story on the internet. Actually, I just remembered so many more details.
Do you need me to ask you questions for the news segment? Does that help?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
What's funny to me, though, is the way you're getting so, like, shy and bashful, but you're like, oh, yeah, put your dick inside my ass. So freely on the internet, like, yeah.
Okay.
I like anal, and... But this is getting you all blush.
It's just so funny because I was so young.
Okay, I'm ready.
When I was 17, this is probably why I'm so fucking chill about these things. Really, like in hindsight, I guess this would have been like my first introduction to like polyamory or like an open relationship sort of deal. Maybe like, I don't really know what their relationship structure was. Okay. What I do know is that I went to prom with my cousin and she had this friend who was really cute. I was like, man, you're a cutie dude. And I didn't have a boyfriend at the time. And so I was like, I would like to hook up with you by the end of the evening. In my head, right? I'm saying this in my head. I'm like, you're cute. Would like to bang you. Again, had no business. 17 years old. Alyssa, you need to calm down, okay?
You had high hopes and ambitions.
I really did. And they were all like older than me, right? Because I'm like a sophomore. They're all seniors. This is their prom.
Scandalous.
But we're going around. We're beat bopping our way through prom. About halfway through the prom, this girl comes up to me and she goes, "Are you into my boyfriend?" And I said, "Fuck me." Yeah. I said, "Sorry, my bad. I didn't realize." And she goes, "No, it's fine. You guys are coming over to our house after prom. Like, hi, my name is," and then she told me her name. And I was like, "You're chill with the fact that I have the hots for your boyfriend." And she was like, "Yeah, he's hot." And I was like, "Okay."
Confident queen. We love that.
Cool. So we go back to her house after prom. We're all drinking, whatever. The boyfriend starts kissing on me, and I look at her and I say, "You are cool with this?" And she goes, "Yeah, I'm cool with this. Are you cool with this? Like, do you want me to tell him to stop? Like, do you want him to stop?" And I said, "No, I don't want him to stop."
Were you in front of multiple people?
Yes. And I'm like, okay. I mean, as long as everyone is cool with it, I'm cool with it. Anyways, we go back to the room. We bang. She comes into the room after we bang while I'm like getting dressed. And she goes, "Hey, are you cool? Are you fine?" Giving me aftercare, this girl. She goes, "Did you come?" And I said, "Girls don't come."
You straight, like, face said that to her?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And she goes, "He didn't make sure you came?"
Asshole.
And I said, "I'm embarrassed." What are we
talking about?
What are we talking about right now? Like, I feel uncomfortable now. And she was like, she called his name and she literally, like, she was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "I'm done here. Goodbye." And he like got a little reprimand.
Good.
Because he didn't make me come. And I literally went in the bathroom and Googled, "Do girls come?" And that was the night that I found out that girls are in fact meant to come.
What did the Google say? Do you remember?
The Google did in fact say that girls are supposed to come.
Did it talk about penetration versus
It talked about a lot. I spent a good 45 minutes in that bathroom.
You should have gone on Yahoo Answers. That was my shit back in the day.
I ended up on the Reddit. I think
cool.
that was probably like the beginning of my obsession with the Reddit. And that was when I learned that girls are supposed to come.
Okay, so when did you finally come after that? You were 17, you do this little thing, you don't come, sad. When did you?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know that I remember the first time that I came with a partner.
Yeah, that's a very good differentiation.
Like, I think that I probably like went home and figured out how to make myself do it. But like, it wasn't like, I don't remember. But I don't think I remember the first time off the top of my head, the first time I came with a partner. Do you?
No, I was thinking about that. That's why I asked you, because I figured if someone between the two of us would remember the first time they came, it would be you.
Yeah, I don't remember. I can remember certain like really good orgasms with like different partners. Mm-hmm. But like, I don't remember like the first one.
Yeah. This is going to sound really bad, and it's probably because sexual history is a little brief, whatever, but honestly, I cannot pinpoint. I know I had an orgasm with my ex-husband. I can't remember a single one. I'm sitting here, I'm like, surely I could, but I know I did. That's why I'm like racking my brain. Is that trauma? Like, what is that?
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, to be fair, it was not his favorite hobby to make me come. It was definitely not. It was very much about what he wanted. Yeah. Anyway,
Did you know girls were supposed to come? Like the whole time?
Yes, it was never a question.
How did you know that though?
I don't know. I mean, I was introduced to sex and porn and masturbation at a really young age. Maybe it just 2 and 2 together for me.
I had no fucking clue.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I knew the exact, like, different types, you know what I mean? Like, oh, penetration, stimulation, or, like, I don't think I knew that stuff, young, but I think I just knew that. I don't know. I just kind of thought it was, like, mutually exclusive. I don't know.
Like, I knew that, like, sex was supposed to be, like, good and fun and, like, feel good. And, like, sex did feel good and, like, it was fun. But, like, there wasn't, like, an explosion at the end. Like, I wasn't having, like, an orgasm with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I didn't know that I was supposed to be having that.
Yeah, because especially if you don't know.
Yeah.
And a lot of people know that they're supposed to, but they still don't know what it feels like. So if they're enjoying sex and maybe they get very stimulated, but not necessarily are having an orgasm, they think that's what an orgasm is. I'm like, but hate to be that person, but an orgasm when you have an orgasm.
Yeah.
Like, you can't explain it any other way. And sometimes I do wonder, this is not going to be a topic for this week, but I really do wonder what the difference is between how a man has an orgasm versus woman. Like, what it feels like when a man comes versus a woman having an orgasm. Like, which one is stronger? Do they feel the same? Like, what is the difference?
Yeah, I wonder.
I really wish I knew sometimes because...
Well, and so I've taught... Yeah, you're right. We won't talk about it
It's
today.
too long. I know. That's why I was like, we can't really get into it, but that does make me think about that too. But the orgasm gap is very important to me. Not just because, like, yes, pro women deserve to have the best orgasms. Because yes, of course, absolutely. But I think there's a lot more that goes into it. And I think that it's a very interesting topic because the nuance of it is exactly like you didn't know you were supposed to come. You didn't know how you could come. And a lot of men, they're not taught what they're supposed to be taught to make sure a woman is taken care of. They have a lot of assumptions, and unfortunately, a lot of men don't ask questions. And then if there's someone in your position, you didn't have the questions to ask too.
Yeah.
Again, it's a lot of different reasons and a lot of things go into it. But I'm not saying, like, I can save this. Like, I'm not going to sit up here and be like, I'm going to save the orgasm gap. Like, that is not my game with this. I just think it's a very interesting topic. And the reason I think it goes hand in hand with what you're talking about, or I'm sorry, what you're passionate about, is because
I am going to save masturbation.
You are. I need people to jerk off more often.
Yes.
I think a lot of women don't know what it means to have an orgasm. I think that starts by learning your own body, because there are women, as we've talked about, that can get off from penetration, but it is less likely. And if you go into sex expecting to get off from penetration and you're not trying anything else, then yeah, of course you're not gonna have an orgasm. And if you have a partner, whether that's long-term or just for the moment, and they don't give a fuck about your pleasure, then yeah, you're not gonna have an orgasm. Yeah. And so more men are having orgasms. And, like, good on you, mate. It must be so nice to be able to, as you said, come when the wind blows.
It really would.
It must be liberating. It must feel great.
But also, like, the term learn your own body is so... It's so much heavier than people realize it is.
It is. I would almost say you have to learn to orgasm in a way. Because you have to learn to let yourself go to that place. It is very cheesy sounding, but it's kind of like a very mind-body thing for women.
Yeah, and then, like, also because the concept of, like, learn your own body, like, what does that mean? What does that mean? Like, if you were to tell someone, oh my gosh, you just have to learn your own body. Okay,
yeah, but what?
But what? What does that mean? That does not tell me what I need to do when I go into my bedroom tonight.
No. And a lot of people are very scared. I'm very pro that. I don't think you should jump straight in to sex toys, vibrators, dildos. I think you should start with your hands. I think you really should literally explore your own body.
Yeah.
Like, it's never going to feel the same as when someone else is touching you, because it's your own hand. But you can still stimulate parts of yourself.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. I'm talking, like, everywhere, not just flick the bean. Can't stand you. You can learn your body that way. It may not be the first time you do it. It may not be the second, but eventually you will relax and figure out what you like.
Yeah.
I mean, like, handheld, go, like, just doing it yourself. I feel like that's a great first step.
No, I agree. And I read a book one time. I wish I could remember what it was called, but I read a book one time that actually, like, talked you through. I'll have to find it.
That's interesting. There's a book like through your orgasms?
Yes, I'll have to find it. I have to have it somewhere like in my archives. But it kind of like talks you through. The whole concept of the book was not like how to give yourself an orgasm, but it was very much like getting in tune with your own body and like learning what you like and what you don't like and like that kind of stuff, and like just getting back in touch with yourself.
That's really interesting.
Gave like kind of a guide of like different like erogenous zones and like touching them and like seeing like
our audio tapes like that will take you through the breath work exercises and things like that too.
And so like for example, like some people don't like their nipples being touched. Some people really like their nipples being touched. Some people can literally come just from their nipples being touched. Like those are things that you don't know. Those are things that you don't know
until you know.
Yes,
exactly.
But those are things that like you wouldn't even think to try.
No.
Unless someone suggests it.
And not to be vulgar with it, not that we care, but I know some people don't like to hear the raunchy details, so if you don't, stop listening. But
just fast forward 30 seconds.
Yes, right. I do remember the first time that I tried to put my own fingers inside myself. You know what I mean? Like not just touching, like actually tried some insertion on with my own hand. And it felt weird as fuck. It was like, it's very weird.
I remember that too.
It's weird.
The first time you feel the inside of yourself, you're like,
it's like,
it like immediately.
It's just so weird.
Immediately, like the mood was gone.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was like that for you, but the immediate, like the fleshy feeling, I was like,
it's very weird. It's very odd, and it's different because it's your hand. I mean,
yes,
I don't know what it'd be like to touch someone else's, obviously, but it's just a very weird thing. But I remember distinctly when that happened. Like I discovered masturbation by an accident one day. Did I tell you that story?
No.
Do you want to hear it?
Yes.
So I was like 12, and I was taking a shower, and I decided I just wanted to lay on the floor of the shower, like on the tub part of the shower, and the water was coming.
I love it.
And you can put two and two together on that, and it was not planned. I just was like, oh, and thus began my journey with self-pleasure.
Good for you.
I had literally never known about, like, I didn't know what that was at the time, you know?
I love that for you.
I can't believe I just said that on the internet. I'm like, yeah, here's how I discovered masturbation and putting my fingers to myself, and it's just, the things we're very comfortable saying, it's kind of scary sometimes. Anyway, I will say though, the reason I think about the orgasm gap, just to go back to it for a second, like being a man and walking into any situation and pretty much knowing like 9 times out of 10, maybe even 9.5, you're gonna come. You're gonna have an orgasm.
Yeah.
Women, even in long-term relationships, they don't have that guarantee. And I know I've mentioned it, but a lot of women, including myself, it's harder to have an orgasm if you don't feel like emotionally safe. It is a very big thing with that mind-body connection to having an orgasm. So I feel like the book you're talking about, you know, obviously I need you to go find it. I know what it's called, but that book sounds really interesting to me because I think there's got to be a better way to help people learn what it actually is to have an orgasm and what it means to, like, it is not selfish for a woman to walk into a sexual encounter or situation and want to come. It is not weird. Agree. But as a society, it's actually very much something like some people have trouble comprehending, especially like think about one-night stands. There's nothing wrong with it. But most women are not going to come on a one-night stand. So at the end of the day, yes, it's still fun. It's still pleasure. Like there's aspects of it that are enjoyable for the woman, but it's still not the same. There is
I can't even tell you how many, like, I am someone who finds one-night stands very hot, right? Like I am someone who most times from a one-night stand could probably get off. Like if it was a good partner, everything lined up well, energies matched, you know what I mean? Like I could probably get off. There were still so many times that I came home and jacked off.
That is the worst.
Like, there are still so many times because, like, I came close. Like, it was hot. I had fun. I really enjoyed myself, but I just didn't get there. Mm-hmm. And so I came home and jacked off.
Yeah.
Or I kicked him out of my apartment and then jacked off. So many times. Like, that's...
I love that you call it jacking off. I do that too, but I just thought about it. I was like, it's not technically correct.
No, it's not.
You know what I mean?
It's
but
not.
Sorry. I just was thinking about that. I was like, we use that term a lot for it, though.
We do. Bryson thinks it's hilarious.
I don't know why, but now that we're talking about the internet, I realize, oh, we can't actually do that.
No, but that's what I call it.
We did it. It's fine.
But, like, that's so sad.
It is. But that's what is accepted. And it's accepted by a lot of us. I've never had a one-night stand, so I don't know that side of it. But the few people I experienced after I left my marriage, I did not have orgasm except with one time. And honestly, the others didn't even ask. They didn't even care.
It's crazy.
They didn't ask. They didn't care. They did not go down on me. And I was just happy to be there. Honestly, kind of probably similar like the one that's here. This is kind of fun. Like, you're just enjoying yourself. Like, it definitely was enjoyable in other aspects. But there was definitely not a single care about my pleasure in those moments, except for that one. Shout out to you. Great. But I feel like that's notable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I've seen it online a lot that women are basically having to beg, persuade, ask their partners to go down on them. And yes, there are a good handful of men. Whether they're doing it for clout on the internet, I actually don't know. But I've met our men, so I do know there are guys like that out there where this is like their favorite.
Shout out to our men.
Shout out to our men. This is their favorite pastime. They would do this breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They're so happy to be down. But there are definitely some men out there that are like, you want me to what? No, I don't do that. But they still expect you to put their cock in your mouth? Like,
remember after I got divorced and I called you up and I was like, I just had someone go down on me willingly for like an extended period of time and made me come for the first time ever. And you were like, yeah. And I was like, I've never had that before. I was,
because you always
mind blown.
Because you always told me you're just like, I just prefer penetration. You were not willing to admit it.
I was like, well, because I just never had it.
Because,
like I had never had like someone who was like, oh yeah, I'll just go down there for like as long as like necessary.
Yeah.
Like I had never come from oral sex before. And I was just like, like, I don't know, like I just take it or leave it. You know what I mean? And then I was like, this is what it is. This is what I've been missing. That's fucking wild.
It is. And I never had an orgasm from penetration before until semi-recently.
Yeah, pretty recently.
Shout out to Hank. He'll love that. He's very proud of that because afterwards he was like, can't come from penetration? Are you sure? I was like, fuck you. Get out of here. But I
thought about making him a trophy.
He would enjoy that, unfortunately.
I know he
It would stroke his ego just right.
I know.
But I never had that experience, right? And so that was my foreign world. But that is the world of most women, which is, you were the opposite, which is definitely interesting.
Yeah.
But not to put words in your mouth, but from what I'm gathering, in those moments you realized how amazing this could be.
Yeah.
Like, right?
Like it was crazy. And I just remember being like, wow, like this is how the other half lives. But at the same time, like I am one of the lucky fews who like can get off from penetration. And so I feel like that does aid my cause in the penetration or like in the orgasm gap because I am able to get off from penetration. Now, like, that's not saying that like every time a dick is inside me, I'm getting off. It's not like a foolproof formula by any means. But like, I don't even know. It must be like an anatomy thing.
I don't know. I think it has to be like...
Because I know it's not common.
No, I don't remember the percentage. I know I looked it up once. It is a very high percent of women that do not come from penetration. I do think that women have been taught, whether consciously or subconsciously, to not worry about themselves in general. I'm not even just talking in a sex context, but a lot of women are not, like, they go into a sexual situation and it's not about them.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that the person with them doesn't want it to be. I'm not trying to just, like, say that. I just mean that we don't go in, like, almost, I feel like if we took a poll, most women, they would say they don't go in expecting to have an orgasm, whether it's a one-night stand or in a relationship. Like, a lot of times they don't go into penetrative sex expecting to have an orgasm.
Do you not?
No, I don't expect it. Sometimes, like, if we're just having sex, like, there's definitely times for that. But foreplay, for me personally, is not just foreplay. It's how I enjoy sex. I enjoy the other aspects of sex as well. There's a lot of fun to it. There's parts that are just, like, hot, all those things. But that's not what's going to make my experience the most pleasurable. That is not my, fireworks at the end.
Right.
But I do think one way that we both agreed on before we started this episode, one way we could close that gap is if women knew more about exploring their bodies. I feel like there is more of a shame with women in masturbation than there is with men. Not as much these days.
No, I agree, which is so crazy because think about how like beautiful it is to imagine like a girl masturbating and then how gross it is to imagine a guy like
oh yeah, jacking off.
Am I gonna get canceled for saying that? Is that it? Put that on the list. Put that on the list of things to cancel me for.
No, but seriously,
I feel like picture it. If we could like release a little bit of the stigma on the concept of masturbation, just like for a minute, like if we just ease up on it and we get real down to the nitty gritty real quick and everyone just like hears me out, just touch yourself. If you are struggling with orgasms, touch yourself. I'm gonna be real open and honest here, guys. I be jacking off every day.
I almost said something, but I don't know if you want that on the internet.
What? Say it. I'll clip it out if it's bad.
Like that one time when your kids were napping, I called you or something, you're like, I was just got done or I was about to masturbate. It was something like that. You're like, yeah, I need a minute.
Yeah.
Something like that. It was so funny. It was
Yeah.
years ago now, but.
No, for sure. Listen, it's a great stress reliever, okay? Because you could do it in like 30 seconds flat. 30 seconds flat.
Yeah. And I think some people have a misconception on what masturbation is supposed to be. Not in the literal sense, but like for you. Like what it is supposed to be for you.
It doesn't have to, like, I don't watch porn. If you're scared that like there's this really strict correlation,
I mean,
between like porn and masturbation, there doesn't have to be.
No, I'm, as we know, my stance on porn. We
Yes.
did a whole episode on it.
Yes.
But I'm very pro masturbation. Always have been.
And even me, someone who doesn't have a very strict anti-porn stance, I don't watch porn ever, and I jack off every single day.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, guess what, guys? Bryson also be jacking off all the time. We all be jacking off in this house, and also we be fucking in this house, and everything's fine.
Well, the thing is,
Peaking.
the only problem with masturbation in a relationship is if it affects your sex
Yes.
life. But that's not what we're talking
That's
about.
not what we're talking about today. We'll cover
just
that,
saying.
and we'll cover that in another episode. But here's the thing, is when you are in tune with your body, when you are touching yourself, you can use your fingers, you can use a vibrator, you can use a dildo, there are so many things out in the world, guys. I just bought an octopus dildo. It is fantastic. If you want a link, hit me up.
My favorite thing is when Alyssa finds new dildos to buy and she shows me them.
I send her little selfies with them.
It's really funny. She bought me, you bought me a vibrator as my divorce gift moving into my apartment.
I sure did. And you know what? When Joy got a divorce, I bought her one too.
If you get a divorce, Alyssa will buy you a vibrator.
I sure will.
So get a divorce. Break up with your boyfriend.
And I'll buy you a vibrator. Okay.
Perfect.
And we'll all have matching ones because I got us all the same exact one.
It's a great one.
There are so many things out there that, like, you'll find something that you like. So if your fingers really aren't it, if that really doesn't do it for you, for like example, like I didn't like using my fingers until recently. Like I, for some reason, could not get into it if I knew that it was like my own hands touching me.
There's ways around that though.
But
you can use like you know what I mean? Like there's barriers and stuff you can use. It is like, just like I have been very vocal about the fact that I love and need my titties touched,
Yes.
right? To have an orgasm.
Yes.
If I touch my own titty, if I'm touching my own boob, it does not feel the same. It's
Right?
not the same thing.
Right? So to solve that, there are nipple suckers. Yeah. They're like little,
That reminds me too much of breastfeeding. I don't think I could do it.
no, they
Sounds
are
weird.
fantastic. They're black. They're from the 50 Shades of Grey line and Adam and
Okay.
Eve.
It's different. I don't know. It's different when it's in the moment with my man, but I
No.
don't know if it's not.
They're fantastic.
Okay.
But there are so many things, there's so many toys, there's just so many different sensations out there that you can use to explore your body, and so many of them are waterproof, by the way. So you can take them in the bathtub, which is just amazing.
Double relaxation.
Because we all know that we be in that bathtub, girls, okay? And if you don't like one thing, go try. Girl, they're at Walmart these days.
They are behind a glass, but so you do have to ask a sales associate.
They're at Walmart. They're at Target. They're at
They are.
CVS.
The fact that they're at Target too. I mean,
Yeah.
CVS.
they're
everywhere.
not even behind glass at CVS.
Of course.
Okay? You could just go up to CVS whenever you're getting your Lexapro. All right?
Amen.
So try the different things. And then when you find something that you like, here's the real winner, guys. You can bring it in the bedroom with your boyfriend and have a beautiful orgasm.
And if your boyfriend is intimidated,
Break up with your boyfriend because he's a motherfucking pussy.
yes. One of my favorite times. I'm gonna have to ask Henry if I can say this, so we may have to clip it. But one of my favorite experiences Henry and I had was when we just masturbated together.
It's so
Essentially.
fun. It's so fun.
I mean,
Listen, if Henry doesn't let you say it, I'll say it. Masturbate with your partner. Bryson will let me leave that in. It is so much fun to just like sit on opposite ends of the couch or like opposite ends of the bed and just watch each other masturbate.
my favorite one we've did it a couple times. We haven't done it in a while, honestly. But it's like when you're kind of like, there's like this distance, right? And then you start to touch each other as well. There's something about that. So if your boyfriend's a little scared of a vibrator, the little, rose intimidates him. Maybe that is a great suggestion.
Yes.
To bring into the bedroom. I'm not trying to shame men. I mean, that is my MO like 90% of the time. I know. At the end of the day, it is scary to try new things sometimes.
Yes, especially
So-
in the bedroom, and we've discussed that
I'm not
plenty
trying
of
to, I'm not
times.
trying to shame them. I just
Suggest if you're wanting to bring something new into the bedroom, we've discussed talking about it outside of the bedroom first. Don't just like mid doggy pull out a vibrator and like scare the shit out, because it is going to tickle his balls a little bit. So like give him a warning. Like,
sorry, go ahead, finish your thought.
no, ask your question.
Have you ever tried a cock ring?
Yes, not with Bryson, but yes.
Same, not with Henry, but it was not my favorite. What did you think?
Did you do a vibrating cock ring? I did like it.
Again, wasn't with Henry, so that's probably the reason I didn't enjoy it.
Did you try it with who? You know who?
Did you know who was very proud of his own sex toys? He had, what are they called? Fleshlight? He would leave it in the shower so I would see it. I mean,
That's too much information. I did not want to know that about him.
how did I not tell you that before now? Anyway, there's a lot of ways around it. Like she was saying, talk about it outside the bedroom. It's a great
But
first step.
also, I think that the main, like, yes, you can learn your body. Yes, you can add toys and stuff. But make sure that your partner knows you're not having orgasms.
Yes. That
Because
is so
maybe
important.
they don't know. Maybe they just are totally unaware.
There are people out there that would care if they knew.
Yes,
There
that's
really
what I'm
are.
saying.
When I say like talking about the orgasm gap, and it sounds like I'm just shitting on the men about it, but truthfully, it's sad that they were not educated on this as well.
Yeah.
It's sad that they weren't taught. And I do think young men and women these days are probably being taught more than we were taught, but it's crazy that I'm turning 29 in 3 weeks, and there are men my age that do not understand a woman's anatomy, like how a woman orgasms. They don't understand that they can't just come from penetration. They genuinely are. I met them when I was on the dating apps. It's wild that they don't understand it. So it's not just to shame men. But you should talk to your partner about it, because at the end of the day, you gotta ask to get. Communication is key in all things, but I don't know. Sometimes I think you just gotta touch yourself. I feel like that's a great way to get started.
I think so too. But yes, talk to your partner. Make sure that they're aware of the situation. Make sure that you're communicating with them about it.
It's gonna feel foreign to say what feels good if you're not used to those feelings and communicating those feelings. I mean, in a perfect world, you wouldn't have to say anything. Everything would be said for you, because you're enjoying yourself. But at the end of the day, if something feels good, you gotta say it. If something feels bad, you gotta say it.
Yeah.
You gotta communicate through it, because on the other end of that communication is something magical.
Yeah.
As cheesy as that sounds, I mean, I can't explain an orgasm. Like, if somebody asked me to describe what it feels like to have an orgasm, I don't know what I'd say. What would you say? I'd have to think.
I think it's like a tickle.
Okay.
Like a vagina sneeze tickle. You know?
No.
Like that's like a yes, and then an
Mine-
explosion.
Yeah, I was like, mine is...
But it starts out as like a tickle, and then it explodes. Like a vagina.
I guess.
Like a vagina sneeze in the beginning, and then it explodes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like how you get a sneeze and then everything gets all prickly.
I've had some really... I was like, I'm about to just jump straight into it. I saw on TikTok, let me preface. I saw on TikTok this woman who was talking about how to have multiple orgasms in sex. Which I've heard about, but she had like this series on it, so I was like, I came across the free page. I'm gonna watch that shit. And so a lot of women suggest you just have to push through, because it's so sensitive after. And so lately I've just been having some really great orgasms, and so I'm just thinking about those, and like when you say tickle, I'm like, that doesn't fit like what I'm thinking about.
Like in the as it's like at the very beginning.
At the very
Does it not feel like a tickle at the very that's how I know
like
it's
the very start of anybody going down on you, mean? Just like, or
No.
the very beginning of you.
the very beginning of the orgasm. It's a tickle. That's how I know it. That's how I know it's about to come.
I don't think tickle's the right word for me. Maybe you are like a man. I feel like that's how a man would describe it. You come from penetration.
That's
to
how
tickle.
that's how I know it's about to come, is because it feels like there's a tickle inside my vagina.
I'm trying to find a word to describe what it feels like to me.
If you agree with me, can someone please, I don't know, message me somewhere and tell me I'm not alone?
I don't think that's a bad way to describe it. It just doesn't resonate with me, and I'm struggling to find a way to describe what I experience.
Okay.
But if anybody that I know enjoys oral sex, like, I am such a fan.
I am such
Such
a big fan of your work.
Henry, I think I sent the video of that time, Henry, right after did the little joking, like, would you like to tip thing?
Oh.
I have a video of it. I'll send it to you. It was so funny. Because he did, I said, do it again. It was so funny. No, I'm not going to pretend like I'm the only person in the world. I think a lot of women are very passionate about it, but I am, because I think that it's such a magical experience. Like, I know that sounds so dumb and cheesy, but truly there's nothing like coming on a man's face. I stand by what I said.
Coming on a man's face.
What would you say? Would you disagree with the way that is said?
See, I think that my favorite is coming while sitting on a man's dick. I think that's tops for me. That's number one.
I've only had a couple experiences of coming on dick. I did do it on our wedding morning, though. That was nice.
That's good.
It was, because I was really scared. We were in a house of people. I wanted to be a quieter orgasm. But I still wanted that. I mean, respectfully. I was getting married. We both need to get off.
I agree.
Yeah, we consummated our marriage the morning of, because I knew there was no chance in hell we were going to do it after the partying. I think it still counts.
It does.
It was on the day of.
It does.
If one day my mother-in-law finds this podcast, I'm scared.
She probably already has.
I mean, my ex-mother-in-law did.
She probably already has.
Anyway, because we really do be talking.
Yapper's gonna yap.
Yapper's gonna yap.
Well, anyways, thank you for joining us on tonight's 6 p.m. news nightly. I don't actually know how the news ends. And this was Rowan with the Orgasm Gap, the epidemic affecting women nationwide, worldwide.
Thank you guys for tuning in to us talking about the orgasm gap and masturbation.
If you guys want any advice,
Hit us up.
if you want any links,
Hit us up.
if you just want to chit chat,
Hit us up. We love to talk about all the spicy things. We've tried to deny what this podcast is. We're not going to say it, but we're having a good time.
everyone have a great night. Go touch yourself.
You filthy animals.